first. Lollipop.
All right. Oof. I think I'm getting down with something. Did you say coming down with something? When you're getting sick? Coming down with something? I think that's the expression. The SO is kind of sick already, so makes sense. I think today, I'm gonna try to do like a refresher run through of what happens after you get lucky, if you do get lucky, every hour. So I'm not, if we happen to get the lottery win, we'll at least you know, be able to continue still. And not lose that 1 million shot immediately. I really want to start playing One Step Beyond, where this music is from. But I think Ted is kind of going through it still, so I don't want to kind of do it at the same time. Unless he beat it already. If he did, I missed it. How's Bob doing? Welcome. And if there are lurkers out there, welcome to you as well. Yeah, I know this is boring. I know this is not a game you want to see being played or reset time after time after time, but something you have to do. You don't want to grind it offline. I do appreciate people hanging around, keeping me company as I go through this horrible thing. I probably have to go through the whole thing first to get to save points. Yeah. Twice. Well, I don't want to do certain stuff twice. I will have to do some of it. Come on. Come on, give it. Give it! This is how likely it is to get what you want from even one one question mark, and we have to do that for many scary shit. Hey, Rocky. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. It's your Friday treating you. I don't want that. I don't know what that was. But I did get the speed up from somewhere. That's all that counts. I'm just running through the game first. So we get save states for practicing. I'm using save states. Ugh. I wonder if that matters. Our speed up will end up sooner than it would have. We didn't get invulnerabilities there, so that should mean that we will have... Oh. Ooh, interesting. We don't have a shot. Come on, Demi, you should be better than this. We don't get a shot from this one, then. Oh, we did. So everything's well. That is a risky jump. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that. Run, because if I just happen to run out of speed as I'm jumping over the clock, which does happen often, that you can't get. Oops. Yeah, you can't get an invulnerability there, because then you can't do the death skip here. Costs you like at least 5 seconds. Let's save a little bit earlier. I'm gonna check if I can... Come on. Come on. I could just walk there. Save there. No, I do have to stop. Okay, well that's good to know. And there is... Oh, but if I go to that wall, then I can... And this is what we need. We need to get that. I'm just gonna load this one. Save this one here, because that's gonna be our first save state. Oh, that time I need to be a little bit careful.
Good day, mate.
Hey, Jörg. Good morning. Sent you a DM. So that you could pick a game for tomorrow's wheel. Or if you want an MS-DOS pick, I'll play all MS-DOS picks next month because it's December then. Oh, come on. Give me that thingy. I do have a save for that. I think I just saved over it. So this is the lottery we're doing today. It's getting this. Abuse! Ooh. Abuse is on our list of MS-DOS games to beat at some point. Would be interesting to check it out if it's at all what I remember it to be. Okay. Now we have it. So this is the skip we hopefully get to do then. And if you get invulnerability from that, you have to be ready to do a different thing than you would get anything else. And I wasn't ready. You have to fall down here, and then if you don't get invulnerability, and you go there, fall through that. Laser Squad, I don't know. No, don't get invulnerability. Damn it. Obviously, we need practice with that, so let's do that. No. I need to be jumping. That's it. I need to be jumping when I die. It's the XCOM before XCOM. Was there an Amiga port of that? Maybe I've seen somebody play it. Yeah, that's it. That's how you do it. I'll do it a couple more times because, you know, I do not want to throw this run away if I get this invulnerability because it's so freaking rare. If I do get the invulnerability, I have to have the readiness of not killing myself, but rather getting the key first. That is another way of fucking up. Maybe I'd always be getting the key first. It's a little bit slower, but then I wouldn't have to like think. Which one I'm gonna get. And then it wouldn't matter if I ran out of speed, if I just die. Yeah, there's that extra jump as I'm hesitating to, you know, think of what to do. Because if I start blinking, I need to do a different thing. Then we just do that. And I'm checking how far we can... Okay, we can jump through those. Okay. Ideally, though, I would get a speed up from there. Did it now? Doesn't matter. I would have to. I would then have to do the difficult jump. I don't get the speed up. Well, we have practiced it a lot, so that was an extra life. I'm not sure if I want to. I would like to practice how it is with the speed up, so let's do that. I'll save there right before the question mark and check that we get a speed up, and then the save states will make more sense. Kind of grind. That was not. Need to make the save state when I'm actually jumping. Well, at least we're getting practice with this part, so I'm not instantly confused as to what to do. Yeah, now that I saved, then we do get the speed up. Well, I should save again, so I'm gonna have to do that. A little bit too loud. mistake there. Do that again. Ah, don't do silly stuff like that. It's faster to jump all the way to the up right from the get-go, but it's risky. Do that, then you start pressing up immediately. Then. Just wondering. Okay. This will go here. This will go there. Yep. Have to be very careful. This is not... Sorry. The slow run. Ooh. Ooh! Lost the speed and the lightning shots. This will be a little bit different to do then. Oh, wait a minute. Did I... It kind of felt like the speed... Yeah, the speed is running out if you sit on this screen. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Oof, okay. And then we save here. And try to get the speed up. There we go. This needed to be a little bit delayed. There we go. So I think it's when the grandma's hand is touching this end part of the key. Now it's a little bit too late. This is not something we absolutely need to get. Oh yeah, we don't have the lightning shot, which is weird. Oh. Why don't we have it? You usually always have that. I'm trying to think back, like, we picked up the lightning. From the secret room, right? And we haven't shot anybody since. Except the two guys. Well, three shots in the beginning of... No, there... Oh, yeah, the boss and that dude. We just didn't get a lightning after that. Do we usually... We do pick up. That's the problem with that skip. So actually, after picking up that lightning in level 2 that you always get, you shoot Clock Dude, the boss, and then at the beginning of level 3, you shoot the toy soldier, the bird, and the trigger. So that's 5 shots. You lose them all. That might be a problem. That might be a problem. Do we just hope that we get more lightning shots from the question marks? I can pick up one extra at... I will have to. I have to pick up one extra in level 2 from the secret room. Yep. So I have to jump up there Whoa. Now I'm unsure if I'm doing it correctly. We're so consistent with this and slow-mo. Does it have to be inside? See, I want it to be like where I can just keep pushing it like that, but I'm wondering if we can do that. Is it better for me to just react to that? Maybe it is. The speed up. If you have the speed up, it's almost like more consistent if I just... Well, I don't know anymore. Kind of anticipating it a little bit. Man, it's difficult. There was a time when I was super consistent with this. I just needed to have speed, but we've been playing the other categories so much. Yeah, I'll just have to be lined up a little bit. I was late there. Oof. Okay, the balloon appears when this guy takes a turn. That lets me anticipate it a little bit. But yeah, I will have to be like closer to the center here. This isn't something I need to have with the world record because I can just do this. It doesn't cost you too much time. The current world record does not have it. Am I more consistent with this though? Can't find a good visual cue. But, you know, the backup is there, so. The problem is, how do we handle this then? I can't jump up immediately, okay. I think the timing is also slightly changed, depending on if you get the glitch or not. So then we just have to do that. But we are gonna get the extra lightning shot, so we will have lightning here. Whoa! That's something I've actually been very scared of. Running out of speed right there. Because if you have speed, and if you don't have speed, it means that you have to approach that jump differently. And you will have no way of knowing if you still have the speed as you're starting the jump. Maybe we have to do safety there. Why am I jumping? I should just start shooting immediately. Yeah, that's a little bit faster, but also more scary. Oof. It's tough to kind of realign yourself that fast. And since we don't have the lightning, we're just gonna go here. That's gonna be a bitch. Okay. We're gonna make a save state there, and we're gonna make sure that we get the speed up. I'm not sure if that's smart, because damn it. Well, yeah, I do need more practice with having more speed there than not. We can do the glitch without speed. We've practiced that. And save there. Got the speed. We're going to save again. Oh, come on. And then the next screen from here is going to be a little bit different. I was thinking we practiced that a little bit. Hey, Scordian. You think so? Today? Well, it's far easier that way, so maybe we won't practice it. Oh, you're leaving. We are leaving! I have to check the saves. I think the important part here is this. Let's save that there. And this on the third lot. Right. Should have extra speed, I just don't know how much. Okay, delay that a little bit more because we have speed, so the turn is super fast, so I might run. Oh, wrong tactic there. This is why we practice. We are supposed to just jump over the pit, but it's scary because we might have speed or we might not have speed. A little bit wider. Gonna do this beginning a couple of times. Up here, wait, go over. Ah, come on, take the quick. Oh, damn it, that was bad. I did everything difficult. I did those things right, but then the easy part of just picking up items, that went wrong. Could crouch down and do a fast turn, but I haven't really practiced that move because you don't need it anywhere. That's the way you do it. Could try it. I think I could just press down. Start pressing down when you fall. Yeah. Then you don't turn, or rather, you turn and you don't move in place. That's a really nice little strat there. Jumped late. You can also... Whoa, I was not supposed to jump. You can also kill that canister. But it's 3 shots. I'm not sure if I have that time. See there, if you shoot that one a little bit too early, this is World on Fire, so your rubber balls melt. So the shot dissipates a lot faster than it normally would. Still wondering how... I think it's after the second scroll bit. I can start pressing diagonally to the, here. I should just hold those buttons while I'm shooting, though. There's no reason to let go. I'm pretty afraid, though, that I'll mess that up because it's an entirely new thing to do. And there I have to be later because I have the jump. No, I have the speed. So if I push it like I'm now used to with no speed, that will happen, and then the glitch can't happen. That's how you do it. It will be tough. The problem is that it's so difficult to get that invulnerability. So when we do get here, you really need to close. I mean, this would be great, having speed all the way up here. That's just amazing. This would already be saving 7 seconds of our world record time. And that's like, for me, that's the best possible outcome. Your speed stops just before the boss, because then I'm more familiar with what to do. And if I get to Egypt with speed, it starts to get a little bit iffy because you don't know when the speed is gonna end. Be a little bit more careful there. Okay. Yeah, this is like the perfect way of doing it. Yep. But the fall was wrong. Stop for a little moment and then do that. There we go. That's good. And then it's just a regular Egypt. Other than we have one extra shot. I hope I have the mindset to do that. So just doing those double shots there, that's already a gold for this category for me. And this is the good part. Get to shoot the bird. Yep. I don't know what we got from the question mark. Last question mark in level 4, but... because I was expecting lightning shots, but apparently it wasn't. We didn't get a life, we didn't get a speed up, we didn't get an invulnerability. Maybe it was the quick shot, which then maybe gives you nothing. And we're gonna do this, like, a more safe way, like that. I was thinking, like, if you beat all odds, like crazy odds, if you get here with speed, you could jump this path here. It's something to keep in mind if such a very unlikely event would happen. You could jump here instead of having to go from there. And that would save a considerable amount of time. What is that? 10 seconds? At least 5. I never have. I've even tried to do like a backward rewind save state kind of thing, that I've tried to kind of get all the possible speed ups I can, like every single one, by save stating before a question mark, then going forward, save stating, and then checking if I got the speed up or not from the previous question mark, and only continuing if I did. But it's hard to say because sometimes there are multiple question marks, so it's hard to say like, did you or did you not get a speed up from that one. But the closest I've gotten to was, I think, that bird that I shot with the lightning, or the furthest I've made it in Egypt with a speed up. But technically, I think you could if you just keep lining those up. Yeah, yeah, it would be the luckiest run ever, and it wouldn't happen ever again. And the added bonus of getting with speed to the end of Egypt is that it would make the block glitch much easier. No, we're not gonna grind for getting to do that skip in Egypt. That's out of the question. Yeah, that's a little bit too much even for me. Then I think we just have to start grinding again. Not looking forward to it. That's why I'm stalling here. He does it. I'm doing the wrong strats. Go for the question marks, Demi. Go for the question marks. I wonder how fast you could be with the, you know, pickups. Because you can still do the glitches. I'm just wondering, like, some of my first runs were basically that. I was killing almost all enemies with these puny shots. Well, not all enemies, but, you know, enemies that are in your way. And without glitches, I did it in 14 minutes. Yeah, it wasn't efficient at all. But I was kind of, I was dodging most question marks anyway, because what I wanted was lives, because I was afraid that, you know, I'd lose the run because I died too much. So I did a lot of death skips. That is what I did a lot of. But I was also afraid of getting a speed up because then I wouldn't be able to handle it. Back then I couldn't handle it. So all my jumps and all that would get kind of too difficult because I wouldn't have had the training to do some jumps and some, you know, tricks with the speed up. So I'd actively kind of not take question marks, or at least the speed up power-ups, when I could avoid it. It's pretty funny for a speed run. Well, this is starting great. I have this pigeon superstition still about the power-ups. That it matters where I start from the main menu. Or menu, the intro screen. If I start at the right time, I will almost always get speed ups. Like yesterday, we got speed ups from maybe every... I saved it, didn't I? I want to say every fourth time, but at the end, it was getting a little bit worse. We were just resetting and resetting and resetting. But in the beginning, we got plenty of speed ups from the first question mark. And if you just get that, you're much more motivated to run. But if you can't even get the first speed up, then it's kind of hard to keep going. Look at that. The game hurt me and it was like, oh no, he's gonna stop playing. Let's give him something. Okay, that was maybe another speed up then. And anything else. The third speed up. Still not getting any other items, it seems. It was saving all these speed ups. Nowadays, I kind of wish I don't get invulnerabilities from these, because it means that I can get like lightning or speed up from these two question marks. Because it's only like a second difference. Makes for a good split, but you know, for the end game, it's not really good if you get invulnerabilities. Extra life. Extra life. And oof, almost fell off the elevator. Now we have to take this. Whoa. There goes our speed up. Got the speed up back, but hey, Jormungandr, welcome, welcome. I wonder if I should take both question marks. It just can't be an invulnerability. No, it didn't. The run ends when I don't get an invulnerability from that. So I'm just running into the drop if I don't get an invulnerability. Hey Tim, welcome, welcome. How goes it? Yeah, the thing is that we need invulnerability from that specific question mark. If we don't, the run is over. And yesterday we got to that point 4 times, I think. but not once did we get an invulnerability from it. So this is already starting out well. We got our first attempt in. See, this save state is much better. We're getting the speed up there. Okay, one shot, that's good. If you just get a speed up from that one. Oh, we did. Excellent. For me, that's like a perfect beginning, because then I get to kill this guy. And then I don't have to jump over him. But again, it would probably be better if I just kept getting lives and speed ups. Nice. We're on first level. Okay, don't have speed up, but I do have lightning. Okay, speed up. Oh. That's really good. We made it there twice already. Much better than yesterday at this rate. Now look at me not getting there ever again today. That was a solid run, and I picked up all the question marks too, and it seemed to pay off because we got speed up still there. That was a good run. Boing, 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 boing. Oh, supposed to pick up the key, otherwise it will not work. So tomorrow is going to be a wheel stream day. We're not going to play any MS-DOS games. We're going to do all the MS-DOS pegs next month because it's December. I think we only have 4 non-DOS pegs at the moment. And if it stays there, we can play a little bit longer. We can maybe do the 40-minute Tedsock does. We'll see. There are still kind of unclaimed spots there. Cat Peasant has a spot. Conjurer has a spot or 2. The new meta. Ooh, beat up again. I really shouldn't put too much pressure on this first level. Ooh, that's a wasted power-up right there. That's basically the same as not getting anything. Especially now that we didn't even get a speed up from that one. I'm betting we have a shot. Yep. Is this worth it now? Well, not anymore. But if you don't have speeds, you have to do that very, very fast. So, it's okay to die if you don't make it. See, the thing is that 30 minutes for a bad game that doesn't really have any, you know, content in it. Again, speed up. See, it has to have something to do with the starting point from the main menu. Otherwise, this is just like too big of a coincidence. Winky dinky. Ooh, speed up. Me likey. Hopla. Pew pew. No. I was still in the mindset of the slow run. No speed up, because you have to be so fast there, and when you have a speed up, you have to delay a lot. Like, it's a lot for a speed run. It is possible to make it there, and die the fireball one cycle earlier, but oh, look at that! Like, you just keep getting the speed up. There has to be something there. Yeah, it's very tight. Same as like you can get through that without taking a pause. And the conveyor belt part, but it's just too risky. And since it's hard enough getting the power-ups you need, you don't need more reset spots just to save 0.5 seconds every now and again. Why didn't I shoot that guy? Well, we didn't get a speed up, so it doesn't matter. Boing, boing, boing. There's an interesting spread of systems and games for tomorrow's wheel stream. I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to the cross-out play. Since I checked the VOD and I noticed some patterns that the snakes do, and ones that I could possibly be able to manipulate to my advantage or use to my advantage. Like we noticed when we were playing too, that the game kind of had these caverns that you could use as a shield against the snakes, but the problem was that I could never tell beforehand where I was supposed to go, because the parts before those caverns and all that, they all look alike, and then it's hard to kind of memorize stuff if you yeah, you don't have any reference points, just black in the background. It makes sense to have just black in the background because we're kind of diving in deeper, the ocean or maybe the planet's core or something, I don't know. But it could have had something in the background still. It's like some racing games, if they look too similar and there's like one really tough turn, it's very hard to remember where that turn is. So for like Lotus 2, I didn't remember where when some turn comes up. I remembered that okay, there's a green car that shows up, and that's when I turn left. Like, because that was the only thing that that was different. Now we're not getting the speed ups at all. Very confusing. It's very confusing to me. I know you can get there earlier to that blob after the hook. I don't know how you do that consistently. You can drop like right next to it. But if I try to do that, I think we're getting the extra life every time now, so am I. Am I starting a little bit too early or too late from the menu, and that determines what I get from the first question? I don't know, because it should be just random. Okay, I have a lot of space now. Didn't even need the invulnerability there. Of course, we need it for these guys. Oy, 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 oy. We were on a good roll there. Got to that infamous question mark twice. Statistically, we have made it there 7 times. And the odds of getting it is like 12.5. So next time we get there, we will get it. Right? That's how probabilities work. Yeah. Does our guy have the same death sound, or is that different? I should know because I die a lot in this game. Or maybe it matters when you press fire on that loading screen. No matter what you do with this game, it's still a very chill way to start your day, I feel. Nah. You don't save any time here because you're still waiting for... Oh, we got another one? That's wasted. Still have to wait for the elevator. As far as I know... That's it. Oh, that's just 3 invulnerabilities in a row? That's pretty crazy. Never seen that happen. In this game, like, that's not really a good thing, because getting to be invulnerable and going through enemies saves far less time than getting a speed up and, you know, dodging and fighting through the enemies. And also the speed up lasts for, I think 20 seconds, whereas the invulnerability is only 10. Yeah. Let's get the speed up. Let's not get the speed up. But yeah, for crossout, we also figured out, or I did, off stream, that the reason why the droids weren't working is because manual doesn't mention this, but if you have three satellites, you can't use the droids. If you have 2 satellites, you can. There's a limitation, and it's not even, you know, ship dependent. No matter how good of a ship you get, you still can't use the droids if you have 3 satellites. And definitely like the satellites much more than the droids. Because the droid firepower is pretty lame. Here we go. Okay. Okay, it was a one shot, not the best, but okay. I'd rather just get speed ups from the first 3 question marks, honestly. All the way. Preferably no invulnerabilities. I just need the one invulnerability. I think that's also, it's like one of the least likely power-ups you can get. So it's like this perfect storm of unlikely events to happen that you need to get that invulnerability after everything else goes right too. It's not just not just that one thing, but how Conjure takes a pick. Has so many slots on the wheel, so his pick will certainly be picked. Oh, goddammit. Amiga Live has 2 slots. When an English person says, or an American person says the word slot, to me it sounds exactly the same as slut. Is there a difference? I try to emphasize that I don't accidentally say slut, or rather say slot. It made it very funny in Friends when there's that sick girl that Ross is selling Girl Scout cookies for, and she's telling him about his dad, that where all the money goes. He goes to, was it Vegas or Atlanta? And says daddy loves the sluts. I understood in the context what that meant, but it sounds a little different. Not something you expect to hear when you're watching Friends, especially from like this very young girl. But hey, who am I to say anything about stuff like that? Oh, that might have been a speed up. Didn't check if I got an extra life. That was, so yeah, and we still have a speed up, so the first one was. That's a pretty good start. 2 speed ups and an extra life. I'll take it. Of course I'll take it. And then they give you this. Since we're doing a death skip there, having invulnerability just doesn't play out. There are a couple of question marks we can't get an invulnerability from. It's that one. The 2 question marks in the secret room of level 2. Other than that, I don't think there are any question marks that would last as long. Like, if you get an invulnerability from them, would last so long that it would fuck up a dead skip or anything like that. So I think it's only those 2. I guess if you chain invulnerabilities... Yeah, it has happened, actually. Getting the invulnerability from the third world boss, Mr. Teddy, might fuck up your glitch for level 4. It has happened. Not that you can't die, but you would have to delay so that you run out of that, and then everything else is kind of off pattern. Ugh. Still fine if we get a speed up from that one up there. Yeah, it's not too bad. Wait. Perfect. If it was lives that we picked up, everything's fine, but I'm betting it was those one-shot thingies that give us nothing. They get reset after we get the lightning. Still faster than our world record. That was... Well, it's a safer way of doing that, but it's slower. I hesitated. Still had lightning shots, good. Must have been picking them up. Just feels safer to do that. Date with Destiny. That was a really good run. Three times today already. Much better than yesterday. I think we got a total of, was it 4 or 5? And I promised to do a full playthrough every hour after this run. We'll practice the stuff that comes after you get that thing that we've been wanting to get. It's just too bad that our save state for it does not have a proper speed up. Just go through there. You run out of speed there, that's a problem. Go here. Take that. You die if you don't get an invulnerability. If we lose the speed up, we have to do this. And then the rest. Pretty boilerplate. No speed up means you have to take a death there. That. I think you can skip one of those jumps. We're feeling daring. Oops. This is a little bit more difficult then. It used to be easier if you got the speed up. I think I'm gonna have to go by my just reactions because it is yielding better results. Yeah, that's the right way to do it. If we have the lightning, how will I know? Yeah, we will have the lightning because I adjusted for that course. Okay. I'm picking up the 2 lightning shots from the secret room. I like that strat. This is dangerous territory, though, whenever you get here. Because you don't know when your speed is running out. So, for instance, you can't do a long jump there. You have to kind of slow down a little bit. Oh! We got another speed up. This is interesting. Because Egypt is a little bit challenging with an extra speed up. Because of stuff like that. There we go. Stops there. Good to practice. But when you get to Egypt and you're on speed up, it could, you know, it could end at any given moment. Very scary stuff. Oh, that was stupid. No, in no hurry. Good lesson to learn. Why am I taking this slower route? Because this will work every time. The jump over that big chasm and the other stuff that comes after it will not work every time. So it's so unlikely that we get this far in the run that I don't want to take risks. Hopefully that will be a little bit better when we actually run this. Okay. Now we know everything again. The Scorpion is starting a stream in about 2 hours. It's a Friday stream, which means that it will be free picks with channel points. You can make him play any Amiga game you want. Actually not sure what the cost is now after you raise the price, but there are 6 total picks. 800 points, that's not a lot. See, Ted got the you know, the good game picks because he hasn't played the good games. But you know all the good games, so I have to find new bad games for you to play. On that note, have you played Count Docula? It's definitely cheaper than my picks, which are from subs and gifts and cheers. Again, I have to explain myself that I really don't like playing games that other people pick for me. So it's more like an extra thank you for anybody who decides to support the channel. And we still have the 75k channel point redemption, and I'll play full stream of what you pick. Or are you saying that you've played Docula, so I don't pick it for today? Hello. Hey, Natty Jawa. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Is it a cartoon of Count Docula? I was unaware. Oh, come on. Give me a speed up. We've made it to the infamous question mark that keeps ruining our runs 3 times today. During the first hour, which is really, really good. Yesterday, we streamed for 3.5 hours and we made it there 5 times. So we're on track beating that. But the sad thing is that there's a 12.5 shot of getting the invulnerability. And we've already made it there 8 times. And we haven't gotten it. We did get this weird occurrence that I've never seen. Is me getting an invulnerability from 3 question marks in a row. Which never happens. Invulnerability in itself is one of the rarer things you can get. It's not a big difference between likelihoods, but still. Request stream is a good way to find new games. Yeah. And I am interested in kind of exploring the Super Nintendo, the Mega Drive, and the Sega Master System, and the PlayStation library. I think I know the PlayStation library a little bit better than the other ones, though. But maybe that's limited to just the popular good games. Maybe. Oh, Dracula Dawkins. Okay. Licensed. You don't really lose time in this, but we just basically wasted those 2 question marks. Oh, no, we got a lightning from the other one. I just wish we would have gotten a speed up from that one. 'Cause lightning is really good. Because that stacks then. The one shot is basically, we only use it once, and that's it. And then the count for the lightning shot starts from the beginning. Remember when I used to struggle with that trick? I don't. Ski, you thought Docula was a Disney property? It sounds something like that, yeah. I do have loads of, like, not so well-known gravity shooter single-player games. Kind of like the Executioner and Gravity Force. Wonder if you would like try out those. You love them? Alright. Well, then I won't. And I'll redeem those on Ted's stream then. I hate them. The worst thing ever. The problem is that I can't remember which ones are just shmups. Let me check real quick. Lemon Amiga. Yeah, this is definitely one. But maybe I'll just... Oh, this is another one. This is actually a pretty cool one too. Could redeem that. Isn't it fun listening to me talking about games you don't know I'm talking of? Oh, this could be cool too. Actually, all these three of these are probably like really something you would enjoy. And I haven't heard of those. My goal of sub 730 sounds ambitious if you check my sum of best. But that's because our sum of bests don't include getting that new glitch we're trying to get. Or not a glitch, it's just a skip. Invulnerability skip. It does use a glitch that the game has with the scrolling. So I guess it goes to the same category. Usually we just use invulnerability iframes from deaths to get it. But that particular one can't be reached with a death. Unless you finish the screen and then you go back to it, so you spawn on the other side and then you can get there, but it doesn't make any sense to do it then. So we will need the invulnerability and only then can we do it. But that takes like 12 seconds off from Sum of Bests. And another thing is that we don't have a perfect Egypt stage. There's another like 3 seconds probably. Probably closer to 2 seconds. Because of the last glitch, block, jumping through the block in Egypt, because that probably won't happen on your first go, we might not gold that, even if we do better in the level otherwise. But 12 seconds is a big deal. Now, the world record run has a really good level 2 time. It's less than a second away from gold. Almost everything went perfectly there. I'm not sure if even if we save 12 seconds, if we're gonna get a 12-second lead, because we might do worse level elsewhere, then that means that we're not getting the, the full advantage of it, but it's still 10 seconds. And the world record run has a really poor level 4 and level 3. There was even, I think both levels had an additional death in them, which is always like 3 seconds. Oof. And level 3 doesn't have the balloon skip, which we might not get anyways, but there's also a lot of trouble with the first screen. kind of fuck up a lot of stuff in level 3. It's very poor. And level 4 is just slow because we didn't get the speed up. And we died. So I think that level is like 7 seconds off gold. So if we get the advantage of the new glitch, that's, let's say 10 seconds. And then we do a better level 4, say 5 seconds better. That's already the 15 seconds we need. And we are usually 1 second better or thereabouts with the first level. So I think 730 is an achievable goal. If we play on our level and get the power-ups. Which we might not. Probably won't. The problem is, though, that I haven't been able to get picks for Escordian for like 3 weeks because of the new system and then it breaking down. The surest way still is to be the first one to redeem it. Because yeah, there was one day, like, I was waiting for my time, and then I got a work call, and during that time, you decided to kind of change the redemption so that it wasn't timed anymore, and everybody could put their picks in at that moment. And because I was just taking the call, I missed all that, and then I couldn't get a pick in. It's not a problem. I've gotten plenty picks on your streams. It's just funny how that timing worked out then. 2 invulnerabilities in a row again. Because you require an input. Have you thought then that you wouldn't need to? Because that is also something that I kind of struggle with. Like you keep clicking the redemption, and then you're like, oh, now it works. Now I have to type fast or think, do I really want to pick this game or do I want to pick another game? And then somebody else at the same time just types faster and gets it. So if it was just the redemption of clicking it and then you write it afterwards. Yeah, I understand that. But if that's what breaks the redemption, you could pause the game when that gets picked and just write a you know, a manual list. Oh, look at that. Talking of redemptions, can you have a Java sound? Sure. Feel free to link it if it's a specific one. Like a group of Javas chattering, or... You'll find one. Okay, great. Yeah, feel free to just whisper or DM on Discord. I'll use that. Yeah. Well, the thing is that somebody will always complain about it. Hello. Yep. No matter what you do, somebody will complain about it. Almost didn't get that hard. What up, Reboot? Ooh, that must have been a speed up. No! We shouldn't lose runs because of stuff like that. Stupid. Oh, you got the world record? Is it now done? Is the game done and buried? Or was it like a not that good of a world record? Reboot has been speedrunning Dynamo something. Or something Dynamo. It's like a climbing platformer game. Kinda reminds me of this and Rick Dangerous maybe. Captain Dynamo, that's it. It has sick music. Like the music has no right to be that good in that game. It makes me think like, is it original music for that game or was it used somewhere else? It's a little bit too fancy. Oh, another invulnerability. Okay, 2 invulnerabilities now. And these just go to waste, by the way. I might have just not picked those question marks up. Because there's no use getting invulnerabilities. Straight. Yeah, don't tell us this. Why am I going up here? Because my brain is farting. Telepathy? SR.com. SR. Some people abbreviate it just SRC. Speedrun.com. Took me a while to realize what they were talking about. No! Ooh, almost didn't land on that platform, but the conveyor belt instead. Yeah, no worries. I was just wondering. Oh, one shot. Oh. What? I thought we got an extra life. But the guy died from one... What? Oh, did we get the one shot from before? Yes, we did. I forgot already. How slow is this if we do it like this? I wonder. Because we have a very slow run in the world record. We will never find out. Could be telepathic, you just control your guy with your mind, a mind link. I think that I would get more wrong inputs then. It's a bit of time to do the better strategy in one level. Saved a good amount of time. There are still a lot of time losses in the other levels. Still want to improve it. Yeah, I do get that. Even if I didn't find the new skip in level 2, I might have gotten back to this. Because there is a little bit of a problem with the world record run. Some levels, it's like very bad. Carcinemy, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for rating. How goes it? $3D cards? Installing Voodoo's shit? Or what was going on? Carcinemy has a lot of original hardware for old Windows and DOS machines. Basically, a machine for each game he wants to play. You'll see some very interesting hardware tinkering there, but also gaming and Amiga stuff. Carcinemy also plays Amiga mods when he's tinkering with stuff, which is good fun. Voodoo clock. How much a clock was it? I don't know how high those go. How many gigawatts?
Good day, mate.
Jiggler's machine lovingly named Lo Wang. Sounds good. I don't think I've ever named any of my machines. Dual Voodoos? Voodoo 2s? That works. It can actually use them in games, like for good measure. What games support that kind of setup? You have names for your Amigas. Interesting. I heard that people name their guitars, but that's another thing I've never done. Or their cars. Don't have a habit of naming inanimate things. This is a bad run, but just out of interest. I want to see like what the time would be. I also shot that green dude, so I won't be able to basically maybe even kill the boss here. Unless I picked up an extra lightning. No, I didn't. Yeah. But you can't really jump him if you don't have speed. I wasn't really thinking in names like that. Seems the guy who made the Captain Dynamo music was active in the demo scene. Well, that would explain it somewhat. Yes. Member of Scoopix? That photo about it? Interesting. Any good SLIG forces? I don't. I really don't. That is a time when I actually did, you know, build. You can say it. I actually don't like that word when you just put different pieces together and put together a PC, you know? Because you're not actually making the parts. It's like I built a table because I bought it from IKEA and had to put it together to be able to use it. Expensive Lego, yeah. But yeah, I would do stuff like that back then, and I found it to be very interesting and easy too. Did it a lot and kind of always scavenged from old machines to put together parts into new ones and save cost and not having to buy everything, just the important parts. I never do that anymore. I've lost, you know, the knowledge I need to do stuff like that. So I just buy ready-made packages. Which is fine because the needs I have for a computer aren't really that great. Like performance-wise. And brands just buy a set. Well, we would like check what's compatible. Won't cut down your own trees. Just buy the wood. I don't think that's... I don't think most carpenters have their own forest where they pick off trees from. Obviously some do, but... Yeah, Lego is expensive too. Expensive Lego is astronomical. Astronomically expensive. Yeah, I'm gonna build a PC. I'm gonna cut down the metal from the tree leaves. Build the green parts from celery. The case from sand will turn to glass. That sounds good. You'll make the chips yourself too, right? You also won't build an engine from scratch. That's true. Usually, yeah. We'll have an engine and then you're build the car around it. Chassis. Naughty Joe, I think they're made from potatoes, I've heard. And I've heard that people can make Linux run on a potato. But I think it's somewhat related to that. Really building a table, you don't cut down your own trees. Like buying a kit. Well, yeah, you buy all the screws and... but I guess, like, you're making the parts. Like, you just have planks. And then you shape them for your purpose. So it's a little bit different still. Potatoes aren't real? I'm learning a lot today. Come in. My significant other's dad makes his own timber from their own forest. And then he builds stuff like, you know, houses. Or renovates at least. And we did a lot of like stables. We put together stables and all that. Plywood I got from the factory where I was working at the time. Almost for free. It was dirt cheap. And I know how costly plywood can be, especially like certain kind. So it was a pretty good deal. Okay, yeah, Carson and me. Doing it like that, then you can say that you built the PC. At least you built the case for it. Ah. The hard part is, Gordian, like if you really want to get down to it, is making your own nails and especially screws and then the tools to use those. You have to build earth. That's extreme. Assembling the IKEA table. Start by creating another universe. I've seen how nails are done. I like very rudimentary ones, but I've never made nails though. Some I can't remember the word, but there's a word for the person who shoes horses. No, makes the horse shoes and puts them on. Sometimes they make their own nails. It's crazy. Rio Tinto? What is Rio Tinto? Built the aluminum right here in the town, if that counts. Rio Tinto does all the aluminium. Wait, how does this go? Aluminium, aluminium. How do the Yanks say it? Aluminum, aluminum. The Yanks say aluminum, and then you say aluminium. Oh, Rio Tinto sounds like one guy. I was like, it had like one blacksmith there, melting all the aluminium. Pew! So if you're interested to know what I'm doing, by the way, hello Raiders and welcome. I'm Retro Demiurgy. I mostly play Amiga games. What we're doing is we're resetting a lot because we need certain stuff from these question marks. Like that speed up there, that was something we needed to get. If we don't get that, it's a reset. Then we need another speed up from one of the next 3 question marks. We might have gotten one there because I don't see any other effect from it. You never know what you're gonna get. It's like a box of chocolates that way. You only see the effect afterwards. Once you put the chocolate in your mouth, then you know what kind it is. And this run that we're doing requires us to get invulnerability later on from a certain question mark, and so far we have never gotten that. It's a new trick I discovered, and it has never paid off yet. Can I get past that? Yes, I can. Hey, Wigger. Welcome. That'll be a fast time, 2 seconds faster, but while getting invulnerability does make your runs faster, in the long run it's better to just keep getting speed ups and lightning shots, because now we're like having to kill that guy like almost manually, very slow. But we're still on speed, but that's good. Coming up to the part where we have not gotten past, but we can't get invulnerability from those question marks. But now that we get down here, we need a invulnerability, and we still don't get it. That was the 5th time today, I think, or was it the 4th? We did run out of speed, which was surprising because we picked up a lot of question marks since the last speed. Let's see how many lightning shots we got. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the picked up ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's another that we picked up from the question mark. 2, 3. Okay, so we picked up only one lightning shot from the question marks, but we did get a lot of 1-ups. Surprising though that we didn't get speed ups. I would have assumed more. why we need that invulnerability is that then we can drop through these spikes here, which means we don't have to first fall down here, take the key, which opens this part, and then wait all the time it takes for the elevator to come up, and that's a long time, and then get through these and jump through these, and then in the next screen there's stuff you also can just go through, because usually we would go here, jump down here, take the heart, and wait for these clocks to go by and then go. Like, that's the time it takes, but if we go regularly, now is the time that you can only get there. Also, because we get the invulnerability, we can just go through these spikes. Otherwise, you have to kill yourself once, and then you spawn here again, and then with those death iframes, you can get past it. So all in all, that saves about 12 seconds, which is a lot in this run. So I need to get it. Like 50 seconds, not that much, but it's 12. And tomorrow we're doing the wheel stream, which is picks by viewers who have in some way monetarily supported the channel. 200 bits or a gift sub or a sub. Gets you a pick on the wheel. We will play it for 30 minutes when it gets picked. Every pick will be played eventually, but not necessarily the next time, unless you do a tier 2 or tier 3 sub, which nobody ever does. But if you happen to do that, then that's automatically the next game we play. Yes, we did. So we're gonna hold off with the DOS picks for December that I'm also taking part in. And if there are any new DOS picks, like I think like Jörg just added Abuse. Unless he wants me to do the Amiga version, because Abuse, it was also on the Amiga, which I didn't know back in the day. But it's on my list of games to beat on DOS, because that's where I played it originally. Do the Amiga one? Okay. Then that will be on the list tomorrow, then. That will be interesting. Oh, come on. We need the speed up from that. This level 1, I think it's about 3 seconds per speed up you get. You save. Our best time without speed, without any question mark picks was 1:39. You automatically get 1 speed up in the stage. But if you get 2 from the first 4, then you can pretty much go through the whole level with speed up. And some parts of the next level too. And that's kind of what we're looking for. The world record didn't have speed for level 4, and it lost about 7 seconds because of it. So it does make a big difference, because we're now like doing infinite amount of resets just to get a 12-second skip. if it was just 5 seconds, I could let it go, but there's also this thing that if I run a game, I want the world record to kind of showcase all the strats that are possible. And if our world record is missing a big 12-second skip, I kind of feel like it's not worthy yet. Now, one of the skips, so-called balloon skip, is difficult to pull off, and it only saves, I think it's max 3 seconds, but it might be closer to 2. And that one I'm not too worried. It happens if it happens. Game continues pretty much the same if you don't get it. Yeah, that would be great, wouldn't it? But we haven't found a way to do that. Just, the value changes every frame. And there are 5 possibilities you can get. You can get the lightning shot, you can get the one shot, you can get invulnerability, you can get a speed up, or you can get an extra life. Some of them are more likely than others because of the math used. I think invulnerability is one of the least likely. Was it lightning shot or speed up that was the most likely? Reboot has told me that like multiple times, but I never remember. Doggy got thirsty. Alright, there we go. Have a speed up, so now we can kind of continue the run. I would love to see... Ooh, lightning, that's really good. Just get a speed up from the next one. Long term, it's really good. Short term, I kind of don't like it because of how hard it is to shoot that first guy with the lightning. And now we kind of wasted one question mark because we did not get the speed up. So this will be a slow one. Had to do 2 screens basically without speed up. This will buy us back a little bit of time, but again, it's kind of a... I didn't have to shoot that guy, damn it. It's kind of a wasted power-up in a sense. Because it's... Get that 1 second advantage and that's it. And there are the odds again. Hoo-yah! No! Speed there. Speed, 2 out of 8. Electric ball is 3 out of 8. So the most worthless one is the most likely. So did we figure out, or did you figure out what happens when you get the electric ball when you have lightning? Was it that nothing happens? So most likely you're just picking up question marks and you're not getting anything for it. Yeah, they could have at least checked if you have the lightning and added ammo for that. Because the game considers that a better weapon. And it should. It is a better weapon. So when you have a lightning shot and you pick up the other one, you get nothing. Does that also happen? Hello. I think it also happens with the actual electric ball, the one-shot ball power-up. Like if you've gotten a lightning shot from a question mark and then you pick up that, you get nothing from that either. Damn it. Hey Rayquid, welcome, welcome. But at least, you know, at least the speed up is up there. 25%. No, it's not. Is it 25? Increments the remaining shots regardless of what it has. Seems to delete them somewhere else in the code if you have the laser. Never checked what you have left. That is interesting. How they chose to use that. I would be happy just to be able to manipulate the first one, because that always at least gets the run going. If you have to reset there, it's kind of a bummer. Can't even get going with the game. Please give me speed up. Select now for speed up. Last Ninja comes with IK Plus. That's an interesting choice. I haven't. I should put them on my list because they're also kind of games that I played back in well, I kind of played around with them, but I mostly watched my brother play them, and I couldn't get anywhere. Yeah, I should check those out. IK Plus doesn't have a cooldown, I guess. Whoops. Left it into the testing phase. Last Ninja, Last Ninja 2, Last Ninja 3, and Ninja Remix. So adding critically acclaimed international karate. IK Plus. Bangkok Nights. Oh. I can say that that's not a good game. Why would they add that to that collection? Does Last Ninja have those pixel perfect? I think there's some game has that little stream with the little stones that you're supposed to hop on over the stream. I saw Jock Risk struggle with that. Is that also on Amiga? Or is that just the C64? 3D perfect jumping, yeah. That didn't look fun. There we go. Tank controls. Doesn't have like immediate turn though? But you mean like the controls are from the point of view of the guy in the isometric view? Yeah, I don't remember almost anything about the game other than I thought it was cool because it had a ninja in it. You need to rotate? Jeebus. That's never good. That's not what I remember. Yay, speed up. Let's go. By the way, that hard grab in the third screen, I didn't even know you could do that until Lynn figured it out. Speed up. Awesome. Now we should have enough speed up to make it to the actual speed up power up. Delay. Stop. Go. Good, Demi. Good. Learning. Alright. Invulnerability. No. So we hopefully got something else instead. Only for the music? I think, like, when you see that game, you're instantly sold on it. Like, oh, looks cool. There's a ninja. Like, it's an instant crowd pleaser, I think. Here we are again. I really should save my shots. But I won't. Uh-oh. Well, there's that. Lost 5 seconds because I couldn't do the trick. So that would still be bad. Has different music or just different sounding music? I don't remember which platform I would have seen them on. Because there's a little doubt in my mind that it wasn't neither the DOS or the Amiga version, but the C64 version that I saw my brother play, because he had the C64 before Amiga, and I think those are very early memories. And we never had the Ninja 2. We only had the first game, I think. But when I see people play the C64 version and the Amiga version looks more familiar. So I really couldn't say. It might be that I saw both of them back in the day. Could ask my brother. That's true. I do find that he remembers less about those times than I do, though. Hey, core class man, welcome. How goes it? So how many times have we made it there? Now it's 5. Same amount as well, yesterday. And we still haven't gotten the goddamn invulnerability. I'm also, like, super disappointed how little my brother, you know, just even reacted or cared when I told him that we're doing these international Amiga online tournaments now. And it was like, okay. And that was it. Okay. Yeah, cool story. Which is weird because it wasn't too long ago that he rebought the Amiga 1200. He sold it back in the day. You know, like I sold all my stuff. But it was like, well, 2010 or something. I think he bought one back, like not the one that he had, but and I don't think he's touched that since, but it shows that he has some interest in stuff like that still. And he was in the you know, the assembly in Helsinki. Oof, like a demo party sorts. And it was very Amiga heavy back in the day. He was on the jury for the graphic competition. It definitely was like it was part of his, like, interests, his life. And it just seems like it means nothing to him. I was going to go up. That was stupid. Maybe. 2 seconds. Still pretty nice start. Uh-oh. I hate that jump. Oh, interesting. We don't need shots now. Didn't know when that will stop. Note to self, we can go through the clock if we want to. Shit! Again! I'll never get it. I'll never get it. Yeah, I think he's more of the person. Oh, we're almost up to 3,000 runs. That's crazy because we after the we got the no question marks category done, which was I think Tuesday. We were at 2,400 runs, and we've done 500 runs in 2 days. Oh, sorry, there's a text message. Yeah, I was about to say that my brother is like more of a person who likes to just get that nostalgia fix every now and then, instead of actually doing something. One moment. Boing, 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 boing. We got the car back from the shop. The tires were changed, and apparently now it didn't yesterday, but apparently now the car is giving a notification about the tire pressure. Hopefully, it doesn't mean that tires are leaking, but rather that it just needs to be set again. 95,000 runs. Was that for Ninja Gaiden or what game? I don't dare to think how many runs Razul has in Ninja Gaiden games, because he's basically only streaming that. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden. Those people are insane who run that game. But this is by far the most runs I've done for a game. I think Werewolf is at 1,000. And Chaos Engine for the Super Nintendo is above 800. And we will have to do more runs for that as well. Which sucks. Usually it's between 0 and 200. Ah, wasted power up. Would it be better to just skip it? Extra life from that one. That might help us later on. I don't understand people who do those long games either. Like 15 minutes is usually like it starts to be a little bit of a pain to work with for me. Oh, 1,000. You had 1,000 runs. Broke even, and that's a really bad time. But that's without any speed ups, so. Yeah, this won't work. Very bad luck. Got basically no speed ups there. Yeah, I can't even concentrate, like 30 minutes is tough. We've done, Flashback is like 27 minutes on Amiga. Jurassic Park was 34 minutes. Of course, like... You cut yourself more slack with those games because of, you know, the length is... It's longer, but... You don't have to have frame-perfect inputs all the time. Not that I could ever pull off a frame-perfect input, but... It's not that strict when running it. Like with Jurassic Park, it's pretty lenient on mistakes for myself. And that's probably why Link Harris was able to beat it with such a big margin. I still want to go back to Jurassic Park at some point to find if there are other skips possible in that game, because it is pretty broken, all in all. Possibly take the world record back, but it would be easy to hop back to that game, but the problem is that I need to memorize the 3D sections again. That's something that I'm not too keen on doing. That used to never happen, and now it's happened twice. No weapons. Missed that shot, and yeah, that was a horrible run. Yeah, somebody brought that up. Outlaws. Outlaws has a new version coming up. Yeah, I think the thing about Jurassic Park is that the difficult glitches you do are pretty early in the game. I'd say the last one is like 15 minutes in. And after you make it through that, it's like smooth sailing. There's nothing really that complicated. But for me, it was a lot dependent on just my luck with the raptors. And I never bothered to check if those spawns are consistent. So what I could possibly do is learn how to dodge all the raptors too. And that would save me like 15 seconds, but I don't think that would still be enough to beat Lynn. So I would have to find something new. But yeah, Quantic probably has, because he does it every Sunday, but he has done different categories for Super Hang-On, so that kind of is misleading. You get the feeling that he just keeps running the game, but it's different categories all the time. Hey Ted Saw, good morning. Was Outlaws, is that early Windows or MS-DOS? Because that has been on my list of games to do, but I haven't yet. I kind of have the feeling that it was early Windows. I'm trying to cheer up for class, man. This DOS? Because I thought like I was thinking about playing it, and then I found out that it wasn't suitable for the time that 97. Would it be a Windows 95 game? It's 2 years after Windows 95, and that was pretty popular. I would think that would be. Then again, the early Windows had that MS-DOS prompt, so games that supported DOS could be run on both systems. If it has the Dark Forces engine, then it is a DOS game. I didn't know that it did that. Isn't that the DOS engine? Or are you talking about something else? Enhanced version of the... yeah, so it would be the Dark Forces engine, and that was a DOS game. First one. Because I really don't have a list of games set for December. Last year we kind of, each stream was a new racing game. I tested racing games that I had missed out on, and then later on we went through them. We beat each one. But should we have like a project for this year? I know I'm gonna be playing James Bond 2 on DOS. That's one thing we're gonna do. But maybe a Christmassy game would be fun, and that's why I was thinking of maybe Jazz Jackrabbit, the Christmas special thingy, or Jetpack Christmas demo or whatever that was. So I like Jetpack, it's a cool game. Rainbow Islands December. That would be horrible. Whole December of just Rainbow Islands. For those who don't know, I don't like that game. One of the few people who don't like that game. Alone in the Dark 3. Interesting choice. Oh, come on. Really hard, because I know James Bond 2 won't take the whole December. We're probably gonna do maybe Wednesday and Saturday DOS. I think I'm gonna put NES for on hold for the month again. I don't think I've seen the ending to any Alone in the Dark game. I'm not even sure if I've seen Alone in the Dark 3. Have seen the first one. Have I seen the second one? The games look pretty jank. The genre doesn't really speak to me that much, so I haven't dived in those. Settlers I will have to deal with at some point, because it is a sticker game for me. If you don't know what the stickers are on the side of the monitor, those are games that I loved, but could never beat back in the day. Games that could be considered Amiga classics. Not all games get a sticker, because some games I did beat back in the day. And for instance, like Yo-Jo or Lionheart, I never had those games as a kid, so I didn't love them when I was a kid, because I didn't know they existed. And despite of having beaten those games now on stream, they don't get a sticker because they're not a part of my childhood. Settlers 2 on Amiga. But is it really on Amiga? Is it really? Oh, we're late now. Or is it just... Is it just technically running on Amiga? On an Amiga machine? Like the new Outrun port? Lost a second compared to our super bad world record time. Yeah, this is not going well at all. Look at all these scummy pickups we're getting and no speed. I almost don't want to see. It would be terrible if we now get the invulnerability. That would be the worst. When you're on the worst possible pace, then you get it, and you're like, oh well, now we're back on pace because of the bad start. Luckily not. Luckily I wasn't lucky, yeah, exactly. Because I would have been pretty mad. But it would have been a very Demi thing to happen on a Demi stream. There's that. We need to practice the full game again. We'll do that. Because we need to be ready if we happen to get this. We can't fuck it up. I want speedrun to look too easy. Yep. R-type pilots. Hopefully Sunday is good for cross-out pilots. No, I just ran out of speed. We will have lightning shots, so a bit different. There we go. We won't have lightning shots here either. And then we just do the skip, that's fine. Level 3, no practice needed, right? Yeah, I wonder when we're gonna get level 2 done since we skipped over it. Uh-oh. I don't know. R-type game Ted is playing looks way harder than the cross-out game I'm playing. We haven't really practiced level 3 because the save we have for that is a little bit jank. We don't have the lightning shots we should. Why didn't it jump? I don't care. Let's pretend we made it. Well, you'll see more evidence on Sunday again. I don't know why you're keeping your eyes closed. I won't have the composure to actually kill the bat like that when we get here. I should probably do it the old way. I can't even remember what the old way was or how I do it. Phew! Oof, that was bad. Okay, wait until the line and then jump. Okay. I've tried to make this glitch work with less scrolling, but I just can't. The scrolling that takes time. Second pass. Ah, I would take that. For sure. I think we're gonna run into trouble in level 3. R-type and Z out, if it's Z out. Maybe it's Zoro out, if X out is cross out. Never know. But those games kind of seem too basic with their graphics for me to be interested in them as shmups. Yeah, where's Y out? Two extra lives. It's good for the end game. But we do need to speed up here. The very latest. Nope. 4D timeout. I'm sure there's a game called Timeout for the Amiga. I mean, there has to be. If there are 6,000 games, one of them has to be called Timeout, right? We could consider that as a sequel to Crossout. It would be a clever title if you made a sequel for it. On most consoles, yeah. And imagine what, you know, if you have Z out and cross out and maybe Y out, then the timeout could have like better graphics, but it could reference those older games. And the plot could be like a portal in time, and then you would have to go back and finish some of those levels again, or, you know, with some new plot twists. Oh, look at that, we got a speed up. And an extra life. Great start. Now Demi just can't fuck it up. But he gets an invulnerability, of course he does. We have to do a death skip in the next screen. Oh, umlaut out. Did you think that, you know, that's how they're gonna say it? Oh, umlaut out? That reminds me of the shortest Finnish name. Shortest name for a person in Finland. His name is Bo-Ö. Bo spelled as B-O, which is kind of unlucky. But my uncle is named the same. And his surname is Ö. And I think most people know that that's a word. I've noticed that English-speaking people, mostly Americans, because that's my kind of what I see in social media and, you know, places like that. They just tend to ignore if there are any extra markings above A or O. And they just read it as an A or an O. Makes sense if you don't know what they mean. Ooh, that is bad. Bad thing there. Yippa! Yeah, exactly. Scordians and your J. Yeah, Scordian sometimes says ninja, which is how Swedish and Finnish people say it, instead of ninja. And Scordian might say jump instead of jump. I'm trying to think of other examples I've heard it in. And I'll usually make mistakes with different S sounds, like if it's sh or s, because in Finnish we only have s. T is another problematic thing, because you have the and t. They're different. And sometimes it even sounds like a D. I just didn't jump. Like at the end of a word. Take that. It almost doesn't have the t sound. But I guess that's also just what accent you have or dialect, I don't know. Pajama? Are you seeing your W upside down? What is going on? Yeah, that's another thing. You're supposed to read. Like if you have the word Nina. If it's spelled, you know, with that N with the little thingy above it, it's like N and J together. Finnish language is mostly read just as it's written, like Finns say. Obviously, like we pronounce it in our way, and that's why we usually speak other languages the same way. Like we pronounce them as if they were Finnish words. But there's one thing that, well, I can think of two things that we kind of pronounce and write differently. For instance, the plural for shoes is gängat, and that sound is N and J together. There's not a different letter for it, and I think it's always when there's an N and J together, it's gängat. And also if there's like a combination word, two words that are pushed together, sometimes that means that there will be an added consonant in the word. Like for instance, täytekakku. Shit! Forgot. Täytekakku only has one K in the middle. But if we pronounced it like that, täytekakku, it sounds weird. So it gets like an added K there, täytekakku. And it's weird but very natural for us. My favorite thing is, as an English speaker, a native speaker tries to say some Nordic word, like Nordic word that jortjenst. I don't even know how you say that. Is it just jortjenst? Oh, you do that thing. Jortjenst. Because some words in Finnish Swedish don't get that sh sound. Whereas like Swedish people say it like that. But do you really say chanced? Is it isn't it chanced? I don't know. Hard Jace. Like some nicknames is it's also funny to hear if a person has a Finnish nickname. I could just mispronounce everything and say it's the Finnish pronunciation for it. Oh, speed up. I'll read Ted Sock's message later then. we got 2 speed ups. And an extra life. Yep. Looking good. Damn it! Friend of mine had an example of word that was hard for non-natives because they all pronounced slightly different, just variations of double letters and spelling of the words. Yeah, double letters is something in Finnish that if somebody else reads it, double vowels and double consonants, like non-native Finnish speakers have trouble with that it always means something. How you pronounce the O, which changes the meaning. Well, that's the thing too, like, Estonian has similar vowels as Finnish, but there are slight differences, and apparently you can't learn those as an adult. Because your brains and, ear, you can't learn the difference if you're not exposed to those subtle differences. And then you can't learn them in adult age. So then you can't say them. It's what I've heard. So technically you can't speak perfect Estonian as a Finn. Even though overall the languages sound very similar. Oh, nice. Like this. A little bit of a delay there, but at least we're still going. Wow, 2.8. I hate that jump. Really do. Soon gonna be there again. Missed a coin! Oh! Woo! Luckily, you have time to recover from that. No! I'm starting to think that maybe I shouldn't go for those extra question marks. After all. I'll rather take all the risks before, the question mark, than take any risks after it. And if I get a life, or more lightning shots, or a speed up there, it's much better. I'm gonna have to take a little pee break. I'll be right back. One moment. And I'm back. I've actually used that a couple of times already, Escordian. Yeah, I still need to work out how I want to do the break screens. One would be to just pick a random one and circulate them in order. Or randomly. Just when one thing ends, you pick the next one. I also had an idea of viewers being able to pick the BRB screen. So I would start a random one and then it would be this channel point redemption. Or you could pick a certain one. But I'm rarely on a break that takes so long that it would make sense. Usually if I stream, I just stream non-stop until the stream is over. So in that sense, it doesn't make sense. Now, if I would increase my streaming time to like, say 6 hours, I'd probably start taking breaks every 2 hours, maybe a 15-minute break, and then it would make sense. But I don't think I have the time for that. And honestly, like 3 to 4 hours works great for me. And if I get really into a game or something, I might do 5 hours sometimes. I think we did Rally Trophy for 6 hours one day. Just because I was, you know, into the game that much. And it's grinding it. That was a weird game. I think every difficulty had the first stage be the most difficult one. So I would have saved a lot of time with just getting by that first Russia rally. Just get like 6th place and then you can continue and then get wins in the other races. That was basically the only one that I really struggled with. Woof! That was close. Come on, man. Give me a speed up. I need a lift. So we have now made it to that infamous question mark. I think 10 or 11 times. Not once have we gotten an invulnerability from it. We have got an invulnerability from a lot of the other question marks, though. Technically, we don't need the other question mark from the secret spot, because we pick up both the lightning things. It's a delay, because you have to jump for it. It's a risk, because if you get an invulnerability, it ends your run. But if we happen to pick up speed up from there, it pretty much sets you up for the rest of the stage. So the risk-reward balance there it's problematic. High risk, high reward. But also kind of, I feel like I have to take it. Because if we get the invulnerability and we don't have a speed up, that's the thing. Then I don't get full advantage from the invulnerability. So I'd rather kind of risk that. Because it's so rare to get the invulnerability, it seems. So we want to, when we finally get it, we don't want the speed up to run out when we hit that. There are plenty of question marks at the beginning of level 2 though. There are 2 before the secret room even. But sometimes we pick up all 4 question marks and we don't get a speed up. And that is something I would like to avoid, so maybe I do need to take all of them. I think it hurts more to get the invulnerability and then not be able to take advantage of it because you run out of speed, than keep losing the run at that point by getting an invulnerability in the secret room. I think I'm gonna keep doing it. Missed that shot, but we got another speed up, so this is very good. Nice, okay. Have a run. Pew pew, wait, and go. That was very late. Didn't need to dilly-dally that much. Okay, we save a lightning shot. That's good. That's actually the best part about getting the invulnerability here. It saves time, but the important thing is that you save a lightning shot for the next level. 2.7, really good first stage. Again, that difficult jump, but we managed it. Okay, hopefully we have shots. We don't. A little bit of a delay there. Trying to save my lightning shots for 3rd level. Okay, now we have a speed up. Date with Destiny! No! Just can't get there fast enough with the iframes. Look at how much speed up we had. Gamer Nix! Thank you so much for the watch stream. Really appreciate that. And thanks for joining today as well. Cheat? We won't say anything. Sounds like a good plan. I would, but how do I cheat? How do I get the I guess what I could do is bind a save state. From one of my keys here, I could load it on the go and try to match it for when I get to that screen. When it scrolls down, try to time the load exactly then. I would have to take away the notifications from FSUAE when it does something. so it doesn't show on screen. I would have to have a different keyboard to the side of me where I actually press the load key. But it would also have to be offline because it would be like doing that live and, you know, missing that. Yeah, it would be pretty bad, but I don't think I could line it still. Like the save state could be worked so that I always get it when I move the same way. But it would be same as just, you know, cutting different runs together offline. All our speed ups, but we don't want all speed ups. We want an invulnerability from the specific one. I guess you could do something like that, so it, like, you compile your own version of the game, where it always, you could like handle each question mark to give you the exact item you want. Hack it that way. Like it's something that you could do, I think, with the editor. Like stuff that John does, the hacks for games. I wonder what would be the optimal order too. Like level 2 gets kind of complicated because you do want you want to start collecting lives too. And in level 1 you need some lightning shots. But mostly you want speed ups and then just that one invulnerability. Well, if you collect more speed ups, then you could afford to get invulnerability from the last question mark in level 2, because then you can go through the spikes faster. And then you don't lose a life, so you would need 1 life less. And I'm pretty sure you could buffer enough speed ups to the start of level 3, even without that. If we can pick every question mark. Like already here at the start, we could have 3 speed ups. We got 2 now, so we're good for level 2. For level 1, I mean. If you got the 3rd one here, which we maybe did, then you're kind of set up for level 2 already. No, that was a one-shot. Okay. That was perfect. Nice. Hopefully we have collected some lightning shots. Otherwise, there's gonna be trouble in level 2. But this was a very good looking level 1. Uh-oh. Got through that. Alright, we didn't collect speed ups. Wonder what we have been collecting. Is it just lightning shots? It's a life. Now we need a speed up from up here. We did not get one.
Megatron. Unicorn! I am Unicron.
Blackmail me to play trolls? That would be terrible, Unicron, but welcome. Yeah, that is true. Because Scordian had an idea for this Amiga August for the Trolls game. So I had to test that idea. So I had to play a little bit of Trolls, and you know, it's an okay game. Not too bad. I'll get to it. Still a good idea, standing by it. Yeah, the only thing I couldn't figure out is how to destroy those blocks. That was the only thing. And it would have been said in the manual, but... well, we're gonna get to 3,000 runs here. We're gonna raid out to Escordian when he starts in about 15 minutes. But we're gonna get to 3,000 runs before that. Unless, of course, we get the world record at 2,999 runs. World record coming up. 2,980. 20 runs. All of them resets for the first question mark. Nobody saw that. That didn't count. I still maintain that it might be possible to drop down from this level directly below, which is almost already at the boss screen. If you can drop down 2 stages, you would be immediately at the boss screen. 82. But when you start a new game, it does fix that position you might get with the Teddy. I'm not sure if it's possible to start with that position where you're going through platforms. But the first screen has an elevator, which does affect your, you know, height. So maybe it is possible to use that elevator, even if it took time to kind of tinker with it. It would still be such a big time save that it would be worth it if you can fall through the floor there. It wasn't a speed up. '84. It's the year Escordian was born in. Not 2,984, but 1,984. A lot of Escordian facts today. Born in the future. Still plays Amiga games. That tells us that there's nothing better out there in the future waiting for us. If Amiga is the best it gets. Shh. Don't reveal secrets. Oh, I thought we had speed up, but it wasn't. It wasn't speed up. Ah. Try to be faster. 85, 15 runs to go. $3,000 runs though, that's a lot. I mean, there are probably 200 false starts by now. I accidentally started the timer because I haven't found an easy way to cancel out a started run. But still. If you don't get the speed up, can you pick up that guaranteed speed up? Yeah, if we make it to that screen, we can still, you know, continue playing. Because it's not that much slower because of the conveyor belt weight. Don't lose that much time there. But I was kind of trying to be too fast there. Blobs. But you still want to collect the speed up after you die. Because it benefits you more that way. I'm pretty sure. Don't know, but... Nice speed up, good start. You get to kill this guy too. No invulnerability, this is awesome. We wait, go down. No invulnerability. Oh, okay. Well, at least fast first stage, and we save a lightning there. .1 fastest today. Okay, this is looking good. Date with Destiny. I was kind of feeling it there. I thought it might happen. Destiny does not want to date me. I'm not an eligible bachelor. How many times has it been today? 7 now? That we made it there? So altogether 12 times. And we are not getting the invulnerability. Feels like more. It might be more. We've had good fortunes with the first stage overall, and I've played better than yesterday. So we've been able to get there more often. I would have liked to continue that run. Had a very fast first level and the pickup seemed good. We had a lot of lightning shots left. It would have been a perfect time to get that invulnerability there. Too bad, you just missed it. Nah. I need to add that as a sound command, by the way. Or redemption, because the cat kind of shows up and says that stuff. Yeah. I need to add that. I like my putty. Putty's a cool game. It's one of the games I'm most proud of finishing. But it doesn't seem as cool now that I know what it takes to beat it. It doesn't seem as impossible as it did back in the day. Looked into the code regarding the electric shot, and the game explicitly sets the remaining shots to 0 when you have lightning shots. Putty is hard, but not as hard as it seems. The game has 3 continues. Most levels have warps. And by a warp, I mean... How did it work? It wasn't like you could teleport to the next level, but it was like another exit that you can open up near the droids up above. I think one level might have like an actual skip teleport to the next level. But most of the time you would have like, you can open like an additional exit near the droids and just get them to safety very quickly, and it makes the game a lot easier. Notice you have a hard time gauging difficulty when you recommend games to other people. I mean, it will take you a lot of tries, and you probably want to... What Bobby does is in the first level, he picks up a lot of babies from the endlessly spawning enemies, like in the tutorial stage, because you can actually have more health than the meter shows. So you can get like 2 bars of health in the beginning. You farm the babies a little bit, which will help a lot. But mostly it's kind of like Rick Dangerous of working out every level one at a time. Like, you'll get there the first time, you don't know what you're doing, but then you figure it out, usually the first time you're there, and next time you can do that level without dying. And then you just have to work out every level one at a time. Yeah, you farm the babies! That's always what you do. Video games. Easy peasy. 2,995. This is the 95th attempt. We have 5 attempts to go on the stream. Also, I recommend reading the manual and learning how to do all the things, because one thing I didn't do almost at all, because I didn't feel like I needed to, but you can actually like learn the skills of the enemies you eat or consume. And there are some very handy tricks that you can do that I never did. Yeah. So that is something that I recommend learning to do. Learning to use the enemies' tricks. I just went with the basic attacks. And that does get you through the game. But it's probably easier if you do learn them. 96. 2 minutes until Escordian starts his stream. I'm pretty sure number 3000 will be the one. Drum roll. This one? 97. Okay, no pressure. Escordian's gone. I can do what I want. Yeah, in Putty, like, the basic enemies, if you hit them, they turn into crying babies. And then you eat the babies, consume them, and you get health. I think it's just some form of... what is that? Can't remember the word. Oh, wasn't worth saying anyways. How many attempts do we have left? Speed up? No speed up. 99 coming up. It's getting intense. I just want to see the invisibility. Or invincibility, rather. Select now for speed up. Nope. Lucky number 3000. Or maybe it's... Fate is saving it for the actual 3000th run. Because we've had those false starts and nobody knows how many. There'll be a number between 3,100 and 3,200 probably. Here we go. Moment of truth. No. It wasn't number 3,000. Well, it was promising, more promising today than last time we streamed, which was yesterday. So we can comfortably get to that point. We got there 7 or 8 times. Never got the invincibility. Unlucky for us. But we will get there eventually. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for watching. Thanks for spending some of your precious free time hanging out with me. Appreciate the chats. And tomorrow, we're going to do the wheel stream. No MS-DOS stuff, but everything else. And then Sunday, more Crossout. Thanks for joining. Thanks for chatting, TEDSOG, and everybody else. Demirka signing off. Have a good one. Bye-bye.